Alright. Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's KARLISGREAT here. And oh boy, I haven't made a video in so long, but today, well, it's probably been a while since I made a video, I'm sorry. I have been really busy. I started a new part-time job. I've been working, trying to get money, also work on the grind also, because I'm also a college student. Sorry guys, but since it's summer, I can make some videos. And also, I'm excited to announce that I'm going to be playing a new game tomorrow. Yes, very exciting, very exciting. But anyways, we're going to get to the main topic at hand on how to play the new, I would say new popular, free roguelike game called Pokerogue. So Pokerogue is basically, take your own Pokemon game and make it into a rogue game where you climb different floors, but you use Pokemon to battle. And then at the end of every battle, you get a reward, and then there's a shop. You buy things to upgrade yourself, level up your Pokemon to make the ultimate team to get to the end of the game, which is to beat the boss. Versus Tornadus, that big thing in the sky, that you fought against in order to fight fucking that dude. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that guy from Sword and Shield. Yeah, and then when you beat it, you get sex. Yeah, let's just go with that. But anyways, so how you start Pokerogue is obviously you start well with like the original 9 starters. You use these Pokemon, obviously in order to play the game. And then once you beat the new game, this challenge mode is also accessible. That's kind of a new thing right now, but ignore that. We're gonna be talking about Endless. So Endless is just basically it's like classic mode per se, but except think of it as like there's no trainers. It's just you against a bunch of Pokemon, and then the more floors you climb, the Pokemon gets harder and harder. And then every 50th floor, there's always gonna be a special boss that you cannot run away in battle. That you can't even run from battle. You have to actually face it in order to proceed forward in Endless. But now I get asked the question: How do you beat Endless, or how do you successfully climb Endless without worrying about losing any of your Pokemon? Well, typically when you start in Endless, I'd say how you should approach Endless is at least try to run a Legendary. Because legendaries are legendaries are kind of really good for Endless runs. Top pick legendaries would be Kartana or Zacian because they're both very powerful physical Pokemon to use. I just say like any legendary that can like deal a lot of pressure, because legendaries can only make you go so far into the game. I would say so, like Zacian, Zamazenta, Tornadus. Those are good. And keep in mind, you gotta watch out for the point currency system. Next, I'd say get a legendary and then get a Pokemon with the ability pickup. The reason why you want to get a Pokemon with pickup is because what pickup does is when you beat a Pokemon, the Pokemon with the ability pickup will take an item randomly from the Pokemon that you just beat. So it can be like a lucky egg, a berry, or anything. This is how you get a shit ton of items. And items are typically the way to make you help climb more into the game. Pickup can help you so early on into the game, but eventually you'll get an item called Grip Claw, which allows you to have a percentage of stealing your opponent's items at random, or the mini black hole that a Tornadus has that you can equip onto your team, but it is in a higher tier quality. But if you cannot afford to get the higher tier qualities, then I'd say get a Zigzagoon with pickup, and then try to get his passive, his Runaway. So what Runaway does is basically you're always guaranteed to automatically run away from a battle. So let's say you don't want to fight a battle that you don't want to fight, except for the boss floors that you cannot avoid. But if you want to avoid any enemies like double battles or like bosses in random like regular floors, just use any Pokemon with Runaway. But if you don't have Zigzagoon with Runaway, SMT5. Yeah. So if you don't have Zigzagoon with Runaway as a passive, then try to get a Rattata with Runaway, or any Pokemon with like Runaway that's try to get any Pokemon with Runaway, and that will help you. And then the next thing is so So let me give you an example of like, okay, let's say I'm a new player. But honestly, I'd recommend if you don't have a lot in, try to bring as like if you get a shiny, try to bring that shiny. Even if it's like a not a good shiny, try to bring a shiny. Because there's a factor called luck, and what luck does, it increases the item rarities you get. So for example, it's like if you have no luck, you get like the lowest tier items, and then you'll probably won't make it so far. So try to get at least like a good Pokemon with like luck and stuff, so that way you can upgrade yourself. And if you find shinies in the wild, that's good for you. But honestly, I just recommend you just grind out classic mode as much as you can, so you can unlock more vouchers. So what vouchers do are like vouchers in order to open the gacha system into this game. And what the gachas is like, you get the increase. So metal is legendaries, which is like an increase of getting legendaries. Shiny up is increase shinies. Move up is basically increased chances of the Pokemon learning egg moves. And egg moves are kind of a quintessential thing, you know, like you see on the bottom right of the Pokemon. They get these like special like moves that you wouldn't think they would normally get, but it makes them like way stronger based off like the build. So this has always been a new like meta for Pokemon. Like I've seen this in like a lot of videos, but also I kind of figured out on my own. Try to get this specific Pokemon if you can afford it still, or try to find this guy in the wild, Nikli, and try to get the ability Sturdy and then a move called Salt Cure. Salt Cure is kind of move that does damage over time, and it's a really good move, especially for like later floors. Because like if you're not able to do enough damage, try to like basically just try to use gimmick moves. I'll probably put like a list on the screen of like what move should you bring into a battle basically. And then I'll show off like one of my endless runs of like what you could do in order to make a Pokemon good. And if you have an Aeron, that'd be fantastic. And try to get a steel type Pokemon with Metal Burst. There's not really that much Pokemon with Metal Burst, but I'll put on the list. But like, try to find these Pokemon specifically in the wild and try to get Metal Burst. What Metal Burst does is basically it will do damage. It will do damage for, so it's like a counter basically, but they'll have to do damage to you first. Like because this move can also go like first too if your Pokemon's fast. So try to be slow. So let me give you a prime example on one of my endless runs I have, for example. So yeah, as you can see, you can look at my team. I have Runaway Lunocate with Super Fang, Whirlpool / Extreme Speed. Ignore the Flamingo. So this is a guy, Aggron, Mega Aggron Cole. So this is a DNA cross fusion of Nikli and Aeron, but as Aggron and Garganacl. He has the ability Sturdy, and he has Salt Cure, Metal Burst, Protect. So the strategy is just metal. So you use Metal Burst, they'll do like a lot of damage because at the later point of the floors, everything one-shots you. So you want to use Metal Burst, you'll survive 1 HP. You'll do a crap ton of damage. And then afterwards, you protect, so you can use like your leftovers, your berries to heal yourself. And then like I'll give you an example. So like watch this. So Metal Burst, you see how much damage he did? Metal Burst, I heal from the Shell Bell, my berries, and look at that. We're all healed up, and then we're gonna protect, just so we can get back to full HP. And then Sturdy resets every time, and then you just Metal Burst. Or you can do this as another oh, that's wrong move. I made a mistake on my own video. Ignore that. You Salt Cure. Sure up some move that just basically is like recover. So there you go. Look how much Salt Cure damage will do. It will do it over time. It won't do more damage over time, but it will do enough damage to pitch it down slowly. So like, look at the amount of HP bars this Pokemon has. So you Metal Burst. You Metal Burst. So you gotta get the point, right? You just Metal Burst, you heal up, try to equip as many berries as you can, protect. Obviously, it's like, see, like these bosses, they get insane, but you can like honestly just beat them with this strategy. Obviously, like I think like before it's like it's a lot more easier because there's a lot more things you can do, but now it's like there's a lot of new rulings to like the new abilities and stuff. So like, you know, we take them. So yeah, anyway, that's pretty much what I want to show you. Oh yeah, I resetted the floor, but because I forgot to show you. If you want to know like the gimmicky way, there's this Pokemon. Well, right now I'm not fighting an Internatus, but like this Pokemon called Kobafki. You can make any Pokemon you want, but like you can have them give them the ability Prankster, or make like any Steel type you want them to have Prankster. And I give them the moves like Soak. What Soak does. This is for like fighting a Tornadus. So Soak basically just turns them into like a Water type. It's a good strategy because with Salt Cure, if you throw Salt Cure at a Water type, Salt Cure will do more damage. Leech Seed, you know what it obviously does. It will steal drain HP every time. This also is another Pokemon, a Ghost type with Curse. Curse Leech Seed, you get the combo. So if you want to be like really gimmicky, just use that. But that's obviously a way. Or you can do it this way. I call it the good old fashioned like way. So you get one Pokemon that's like your strongest hitter, and you basically make him your highest level by using rare candies and everything. Pretty much. And you're probably wondering, how does rare candies give you so much? Well, there's an item called Candy Jar, which is this thing. What it does is it increases the number of levels saved by rare candy by 1. So, like, say now it's like a math thing. So it's like 75 rare candies plus 1. So my Zacian's gonna be like, he gains 76 levels from that. So look, now he's level 28,320. Probably wondering why his stats are so high. Well, that's a lot because it's like, you give, like, so, like, the thing is, with Endless, you give them the amount of items you need. So, like, if you want to build them like a physical, powerful Pokemon, get as much protein as possible. And if you're wondering how does he have, like, 1 special defense, get an item called Soul Dew. It increases your Pokemon's nature's influence power. So, say, like, Adamant will be more 100% effective, but it will make the negative stat. I recommend doing Adamant, though, instead of special defense, but I didn't have special defense or Adamant yet, so, like, yeah, or get like speed, you know. You just want to make your, like, if you want to do it like the big boy, like the strong way, then yeah, you can do this in order to become like, and just make sure you keep rare candying a lot, because eventually the Pokemon will start to catch up to your level, obviously. So just like that. See, like that. So we basically do more damage than any of these Pokemon, because we are so high level that we're able to one-shot everything, as you can see. Look, you see that? That's how you become strong. Just by giving rare candies to all your Pokemon. Just by giving rare candies to one Pokemon. Don't give it to all your Pokemon. Because if you try to balance your Pokemon, then it'll be much harder for you. Because the thing with Endless is you either have to have one Pokemon, or just you have to have like one of your main Pokemon be like your boss Pokemon in order to like literally proceed through. Like, as much as like some people like want to keep a balance on Endless mode, there's really no such thing as a balance thing. I mean, you could try, but it'll be much harder. It'll be much harder for you, especially when you fight against Eternatus, because eventually every Pokemon that you fight, they're all just gonna be healing all the time, so it's gonna be hard to deal with like what you fight against, pretty much. And honestly, my advice is, if you don't have a lot of shot, if you're just starting out the game and you already beat the game for the first time, don't try to go for Endless. I'd say just try to play more Classic mode. Because Classic mode is kind of the way to go in order to grind for more Pokemon. And try to catch as many Pokemon as possible. And then, like, try to beat the game with different unique Pokemon so you get these medals. The medals, they don't really have an effect. It just shows, like, who you use the game to beat with, pretty much. And then you, like, for every like unique Pokemon you beat with, you get these Egg Voucher pluses. And then if you beat if you beat the entire game with an entire team of Pokemon that haven't beat the game, then you get the purple pass. But if you beat the game for the first time, get the yellow pass. I'd recommend using the yellow pass on either the legendary up or the shiny up. I'd recommend the shiny up, so that way, if you really want to start on Endless, try to get as much shinies as you can. Your shinies are the key. And also, I'd say follow the Pokerogue Discord so you can keep updated of like what's happening of shiny events. Because like there's a new event going on, Pride event, so I think by the time it's like when I upload this, I think the Pride event might be over soon, so it'll be like probably your first or last day of playing it. So I just recommend. So yeah. I pretty much just recommend like what I just said. So yeah. I think that's about it, what I wanted to cover. So if you're playing Endless, make sure to have a lot of shinies, have some legendaries, and have some Pokemon with pickup or runaway. Those are really gonna help you in the early runs. And then late game, I'd say try to focus on one Pokemon to be your strongest. or try to find find Pokemon with Sulk, Gear, Sturdy, Metal Burst. Try to find any of those Pokemon, and they'll be really helpful to you. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you want any more of these Pokerogue videos, I might make a couple more Pokerogue videos in the future. Maybe some like funny moments or like egg hatching moments, like that'd be cool, right? So yeah, so anyway guys, hope you guys enjoy. And I'll see you later, and it's good to be back recording videos. Bye guys.